So that shiny new game just came out, Cronos, The New Dawn, and you want to know if it's worth your time, right? Well, let's take a look at the game first and first impressions. Keep in mind, this is not a full review, this is a quick look at the game. I played the game for 2 hours, so show some footage of the game while describing it and giving a few thoughts on it. Okay, so this is a linear story-driven game with some horror in it. In my opinion, it's a straightforward game that plays like any other in this genre. If you've played a linear horror game before, then this is much the same. I do like this game's atmosphere more than some other games that I've played though. The game begins with a robotic system engaging a protocol, and then your character, a traveler, seems to be awakened. They're called travelers because they can travel through time and also alter it in some small ways, but I'll go over that in a bit. This game has a compass that tells you where to go, but the game is so linear that I think it's really unnecessary. Your current objective is to find the previous traveler. As you walk around, there is minor exploring, meaning there's usually some items hidden around a corner, locked behind a door, or on a small side path that you can take. The items that you find are needed though, as the enemies take more than one shot to kill. I found that when I used the default pistol, it took about 6 shots to kill one enemy or 3 charge shots. You can, however, upgrade both your suit and your weapons at safe rooms that are scattered around. I found a shotgun a little later, and those are the 2 weapons that I had when I got off the game 2 hours in, a shotgun and a pistol. I think the basic enemies are pretty easy to deal with, but there are some bigger enemies too, which can be kinda difficult to kill. I faced a big bloated enemy that took about 5 charged shotgun shots to kill, which I think is a lot considering how little ammo that you have. Then there was a mini boss of sorts, a black slithering creature. I died to it once. You need to shoot the glowing orange spots on it to kill it, which can be hard as you have aiming sway. The next hard enemy I came across was actually at the very end of my 2 hours. I died to it and then just decided to get off right there. It was kind of armored, it sounded metallic when I shot it, and it seemed pretty strong. Also, the thing with all these enemies is that they can join together with other enemies, making them harder to kill. So let's say for example that I kill 3 of these enemies and then I'm reloading. Well, the 4th enemy could run to the dead bodies and then start to merge with them, making that enemy much harder to kill now, so you'll really want to make sure that does not happen. And the enemies are called orphans. Besides the necessary items that you find when playing, like ammo and health, you'll also come across a lot of pages and notes. Most of them talk about some sort of infection or virus, and to stay indoors and away from other people. Obviously something bad had happened, as the whole place is a wasteland full of orphans, meaning the enemies. This game is also pretty dark, in the literal sense. You do have a flashlight, but still, it's pretty dark. You do have an inventory, but you have limited slots. That is something that can be upgraded in the safe rooms though. Once you reach the previous traveler, you find that they are dead, but they had a lead on a person. Also, you find an emitter, which lets you manipulate time oddities. Basically, anytime that you see a black-red sphere, you can use the emitter to change it so that a pathway opens up. I'm not sure why the traveler was looking for this person, at least I don't know yet, but considering that the traveler can go through time, I'm assuming that they're looking for key individuals that can stop whatever catastrophe happened. You go through a time rift to look for this person somewhere in the past. As far as I can tell so far, it's close to whatever the catastrophe was, so there's still people around at this time. I didn't get to explore this area more though, as I got off not long after going into the past. The game's performance is on the lower end, especially with ray tracing enabled. I myself had okay FPS, but I did have a little stutter here and there, usually when I went into a new area. It wasn't frequent though, so it was mostly okay. The game does look pretty good visually though. I wasn't wowed by this game, or thought that it did anything too unique, but I do think it's a solid game, just not one that stands out too much. I like this game enough that I'll be finishing it, but whether or not you should buy it, well, I'm unsure. Maybe wait for a sale, or just get it if you're really into what you're seeing. I like the game, but it's not a strong like, though that's my personal opinion. Whether or not this is your type of game, I'll see you on the next one.